Hi, welcome back to the channel. It's been a really interesting week. Kyle's
A lot going on.
Yeah,
I'm
Kyle's
a little
under
under
the
weather.
weather. Yeah, he's got a little cough, but doing okay, doing okay.
Chewing some cough drops.
Hope everyone's had a good week. Kind of crazy with Chuck Schumer on The View. Said some interesting things, so we're going to get into that. Also have an article that was just posted, so I'm going to read that first, and then we're going to watch the quick little clip of what he said. Okay. So
scroll down here.
Yeah. Schumer defiant amid calls for resignation, which, I mean, what he said was pretty
Yeah.
Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer remains defiant against calls to step down after he supported a Republican-backed funding bill to avert a government shutdown. He did get a lot of I think backlash from the Democrats,
Right.
because of that. A decision that has faced significant backlash from his party. Schumer, who has been the Democratic leader since 2017, insists that avoiding a shutdown was necessary to prevent the Trump administration from wielding unchecked power to cut essential services, blah, 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 whatever.
Right.
I wasn't really happy about this either. I think that, but that's a congressional issue. Like, I just think that I could go on and on. It was not that I want a government shutdown, but at the same time, like, I didn't think we needed to just continue funding the same crap that we've been funding.
This funding bill actually started under Biden. We've
Yes,
already
it's
had
just
one continuation.
It's a continuation.
So it was
bill.
okay whenever it was under Biden. Biden's gone. Trump's here. Now they all flipped, and it's not just Democrats. It's Republicans as well.
I don't even think that they care about the CR. I think it was just because it was something Trump wanted.
Right.
That's just my opinion, for whatever it matters.
Didn't want it because it was Biden. Now it's Trump, and everyone just flipped. I would honestly,
and I didn't want
like
it
to go
because
back
it's
and
not
look
in
at
our best
votes.
interest. I don't want to continue funding stuff.
No.
There's too much corruption, corruptive spending, wasteful
Yep.
spending. We need a real budget, but that's another story. Back to the article.
Yeah.
So let's see. So Trump administration from wielding unchecked power to cut essential services. Critics, including progressive Democrats and figures like AOC and former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, argue Schumer capitulated without securing concessions from Republicans. Despite the controversy, Schumer maintains that his decision was made out of conviction and for the country's greater good, highlighting the lack of leverage Democrats had in the situation. Protests have erupted, particularly in New York, demanding his resignation for what some perceive as a betrayal of democratic values. Schumer has postponed his book tour amidst the unrest, but has reiterated his commitment to leading the party against Trump's policies. Whatever. I mean, yeah, let's show the clip because it's gross.
Now, this was on The View, I guess, earlier in the week.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what their attitude is? I made my money all by myself. How dare your government take my money from me? I don't want to pay taxes. Or, I built my company with my bare hands. How dare your government tell me how I should treat my customers, my the land and water that I own, or my employees? They hate government. Government's a barrier to people. A barrier to stop them from doing things. They want to destroy it. We are not letting them do it, and we're united.
Okay, good.
Huh.
So it just further proves the disconnect between these career politicians and the American people and the values of the American people. Like, what does he even know about owning a business? What does he even know about having to manage a budget or any of that? Honestly, I don't know. I just think that these people, they think just because they, hold some kind of leadership role within our government that they know it all. And, it's so disrespectful. It's like, first of all, that's a poor attitude. I think it's not an attitude of someone who is supposed to be serving the public. You know what I mean? It's like, that's what your job is supposed to be. If your constituents have a concern, your answer is to bully them. Your answer is to make fun of them. Your answer is to mock them on national television.
Yep.
No. And it's not even that. It's like, I don't know, maybe he's just clearly he's older. He's from a different time, and times are changing, and that's just it doesn't work anymore. Like, we're done You know, I mean, the majority, which I'm not a Chuck Schumer fan by any means.
No.
Stretch of the imagination. So I mean, he can go as far as I'm concerned, but I do think that it's just, you can't argue with it. I mean, he doesn't respect you.
No.
You know what I mean? He doesn't respect the small business owners. He doesn't respect the taxpayers.
No.
It's like, no, the reason we don't want to pay taxes is because our best interest isn't being looked after, and you're using the money to fund fraudulent pet projects.
Your own interest. It's funding your own personal
Yes.
interest, not the interest of people. The government has proven that they do not know how to manage money. They mishandle our money, our taxes.
Well, and
The
they
corruption is rampant. It's just, it's
well, there's
disgusting.
no accountability.
No.
And it's like giving someone a blank check. I mean, it's just, I don't know. I think for me, it's not even like there's any remorse or there's any like, oh crap, what have we done? You know what I mean? Like we really dropped the ball, you know? Like there's none of that. It's just the arrogance and like, how dare you American taxpayers be mad that we spend
Your money like we want to spend it.
yeah. And have no regard for you or your children or your children's children or the future generations.
Nope.
It's
I
gross.
believe we should stop all funding to the government. The government should be defunded until they pass an audit.
That's never going to happen.
It's not going to happen. They can't pass
would
it. They haven't passed the audit in how many years? There's
don't know.
trillions of dollars unaccounted for.
Well, the thing
Where
is
it going?
that who holds them accountable?
No one.
Exactly.
Finally, you have Doge trying to.
Doge is doing great, but they are. It's like Elon said, he's tech support. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
I think he's a little more than tech support, but basically, they're just like investigating. They're finding it and they're bringing it to light. And whatever Trump can do from his desk, he's doing. But so much of this has to pass through Congress to stick.
Yeah.
And that's what people don't realize. They're just like, oh, Doge. It's like, no, I'm happy about it. Like, it's great. But arrests aren't being made.
No.
True investigations through the DOJ are not being done, as far as I know, to investigate this fraud and those that are committing it, those that are benefiting from it. And so that the American people have lost trust.
Yeah.
That's so evident. And if they don't see that, I don't know.
They
what
don't.
to tell
They
you.
don't care. They don't see it. They don't care.
So if you're wanting, but if you, for the ones that do care, if you're wanting to instill the trust of the American people, put your money where your mouth is. Like if you're finding fraud, hold them accountable. And, you know,
Start making some arrests.
Yes. At least start investigating people. I mean, you know, I think that so many are like, if they just let them get away with it, they maybe shut down these programs or, like you said, perform these audits and shut it down and stop with the funding and actually come up with a budget, which would be amazing. But if people aren't held accountable and they get away with breaking the law
They're not
and
going to stop.
really hurting us,
They won't stop.
well,
Nothing will change.
But I think that's going to be bad. Like, I think that the American people are going to be really pissed about it. I don't think that we're going to be like, oh, sure, it's fine. You know, no. You know what I mean? I just think that someone's going to have to pay. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is really interesting though. About old Chucky.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll see if
It's time for him to step down.
Yeah.
We really need term limits.
Yeah.
The only way to fix any of this is term limits. 8 years, whatever. I don't care. There's got to be an end at some point.
It's just it's sad that it's just been taken advantage of. So yeah, too much of a good thing can be a bad thing, obviously.
Yeah. It's hard to be corrupt when you're not in there long enough to really get a foothold. You have these people like Chuck. How long has he been in there? Nancy Pelosi been in there all her life.
Oh, I saw a picture of her with Kennedy.
Mm-hmm.
She was young. I was like,
Young.
wow,
Yeah. She's been there forever.
a long time.
She's another one. Needs
yeah.
to go. Needs to go.
Mm-hmm. But I don't know. These people keep voting them in, and then you're like, well, but if they're running unopposed, or if a candidate doesn't really stand a chance because so many people just vote for a letter.
Yeah.
They don't, But I'm hoping that people are
Well,
waking
it's just
up to that.
name recognition. She's there.
That's
so,
true. Yeah, people don't pay attention.
Or there's no Democrat that will run against her just because she's got such a
Well,
foothold.
and the parties, like the parties play a huge role in that, and it's really corrupt, honestly. I mean, there's a lot of corruption within the actual RNC and DNC, in my opinion. Which Tulsi, she's spoken about that because she saw the true colors of the DNC.
Yeah, and they turned on her quick.
Yeah, they did, because she was like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, sure did.
And I'm impressed with her, which I was excited about her. Yeah. I'm really excited. And obviously they released, a lot of the JFK files. I've looked through them a little bit. And then she just said that they released more. Yeah. Haven't looked through that yet. But a lot of that going around, a lot of things, dots being connected, a lot of theories.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
More conspiracies. Starting.
Yeah. And I think some old ones that maybe were kind of put to bed for a while, and then now they're like reawakened. Yeah. Because you got younger people that maybe didn't know, and like now they're looking into it. And then you have some that were from back then that are like, I've been saying that for years. Yep. So I don't know. It's interesting. We have a colorful history, that's for sure.
We do. We sure do.
But
yeah. Well.
All right. Well, let us know what you think. If you liked what he had to say, or if it offended you.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you would, please like and subscribe. Share our videos. If you already are subscribing and you've watched until now, thank you.
We appreciate it.
Yes, we do. And we'll see you next time.
All right. See y'all.
Bye-bye.